Yo, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? What's going on? I'm Matt Man. How we doing, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages? I changed the thing. I did a thing. How we doing? What's up? Thanks for coming. What is that song? I don't remember. That song is years old, dude. God, I don't know. That song is... I used to use it in my videos and stuff. That song's super forever old. I think I even purchased it to use it. But what up? I'm Matt Man. How's everybody doing? Mark poppin'. Yeah, thanks for popping in, pun intended. Arlen, what's up, dude? VR ready. Chicago. That's an interesting name. You're also a place. Robert, Zeno. That's a new name. I haven't seen you here. What's up? What's up? German Rifter. Always happy to see you, dude. Happy Cape Crusader week. Yeah, and Mr. Anderson. How's everybody doing? You guys good? You chilling? Yeah, if you're first time here, you know the drill. I just sit here and I hang out and I talk to you guys about what's going on in VR. And I'm currently, if you're wondering what I'm doing off to the side, I'm making a little tea. Does it stack? I don't know. Tea shouldn't stack. I have so many VR stuff, it's crazy. Wow, you have more quests in your background than an RPG. There are 5 in the background right now. Yeah, there's 2 Quest 3s, a Quest 3S, a Quest 2, and right over there, it's hard to see, in the black is the Quest 1. Yo, we're going to start off dropping money already. Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother. Brothers. My settings aren't brothers. See, that's not how. It's supposed to be like tiny echo. Mostly reverb, adjust the pitch a little bit. I'm not sure which is the right way. And then I could get to brothers. Well, let's leave the pitch normal. Slay the heretic for the emperor. All right, enough of that nonsense. But thanks, dude. Thanks. I always appreciate it. You're going to make me spend 50. Oh, don't do that. I'll feel weird. I mean, I do this for a living, but I'm doing okay. I'm managing to feed my kids McDonald's, so it's going well. I'm coming out the gate. What's up with this talk about Phasmo and meta? I don't know. I'm not familiar. Let me inquire. I have no idea about that at all. I've been just meta reportedly targeting Quest 4 launch in 2026. Yeah, makes sense. I am not up to date because I've just had my head down and I've been working all day, and this has just been a crazy week for me. Just crazy week. So I'll catch you guys up in the news video, because over the weekend is when I usually like sit down, read everything, collect my notes, stuff like that. Batman isn't a great VR game. It's just a great game. Yes, that is 100% what I said in my review. Now, guys, most of the people here right now are common folk, general viewers that come to the stream pretty often. If you're new here though and you want to ask a question, just use the @Mateo311. We're just on the stream. It's nice and calm now. I'm not going to be overwhelmed with your messages, but when it gets crazy, I need the to kind of keep up with the questions. Anyway, Robert, thank you. That was freaking amazing, dude. Thank you guys. I don't know. I clam up when people donate because it's always so weird to me, too. I'm just a dude talking on the internet about something I'm passionate about. And mind me as I blow my nose into this tissue, because I just had a cold last week that I'm just like, still got a little funk in me. Okay. So, what do you think about Astro Hunters? I only played a little bit of it, and I was excessively intrigued. To see an extraction shooter set in a sci-fi world, I thought was really cool. Like the weapons and stuff, there were a lot of aspects I liked about it, but I didn't play enough. Metro or Alien? I think Metro, how do I say this? I think Metro is going to be the safer bet. I haven't tried Alien Rogue Incursion yet, so who knows? It could be absolutely amazing, but I have played Metro. Yeah, I have talked about it. I was just trying to think. Embargoes. I did talk about my Gamescom demo. It was really cool. The biggest issue with the Gamescom demo was I'm in a demo center. Even with headphones in, the place is so freaking loud that all I hear is the roar of the crowd. Like, I couldn't get fully immersed. On top of that, too, they had me in a really small room. So, like, I was constantly hitting the PlayStation VR 2 boundary, which you know how annoying that is for immersion. A game like that, you want to be highly immersed. You want, like, not to hear any outside noise. You want to hear all the creepiness. And there was even a part where you had to hear something for the game itself, and I just couldn't. Your phone is broken, so you won't be able to stay the whole stream. Want to talk about broken phones? My little freaking dog did this. You want to know how he did this? I said I was taking him out at night, and he's going to take a crap, so I'm going to need my flashlight to see where the crap is. And I said to my kid, can you hand me my phone? And the second she handed my phone, my dog bolted and yanked my hand. The phone went flying, landed on the concrete stairs, and yeah, so screw that guy. Trevor, thanks. What's going on, buddy? Hey, Canada. It's a shame that Alien doesn't have co-op. I mean, co-op changes a game significantly, so it depends what they're going for. Like, if it's a story-driven or really creepy, if you want to maintain the atmosphere, that creepy atmosphere, once you put it in co-op, that goes out the window. Once you're there with one of your buddies and you're just like, you know, jerking around with one of your buddies, that didn't sound right. You lose the tension. It's like whenever I stream a horror game, I kind of lose the tension because I'm sitting there looking at the chat the whole time. How's my health been? Thanks for asking, James. I've updated in a couple videos. I am 1000% okay. Besides this stupid little lingering cold that I have, if you hear it in my nose, I'll do a little sniffle every once in a while. Besides that, like, you know, just, it could even be allergies at this point. It's just a little funk in my nose, and I'm even like chapped from so much blowing. But besides that, I'm good. I got a billion tests. So up and down, left and right, and everything is looking good. Got a stress test. They killed me. They got my heart rate up to 180 and says, hey, how long can you keep it there? And I said, until I die. No, but everything's good. So picture of health. Whatever happened. So we'll move on. I don't want to waste time. How much have we talked about Batman? Trevor, we didn't get into it yet. Doomsly. Hello, handsome, right back to you. Now I'm wondering if you're a lady. You're probably a dude with that name though, but how you doing? Doesn't matter. I'll take a compliment from anybody. GeForce guy. Guys, you don't have to donate to get your question answered, but thank you. I appreciate the donation. So Behemoth may or may not be delayed. I haven't heard anything concrete. So yeah, it may be delayed like on one platform, but I think it's gonna be, I don't know. I can't say anything concrete. I don't really know. My dog hasn't made an appearance for a long time. That's because he's an effing monster. He's a monster. He's a shepherd dog, so he's got so much energy. He can't be trusted. He's crazy. Literally on Sunday, he played fetch for 2 hours. 2 hours. Just catching the damn ball and bringing it back for 2 freaking hours. He's nuts. So like his new thing is he'll eat my drywall. He will literally eat my drywall. So I have to spray my drywall with like sour mix so that he licks it and he's like, oh, that was terrible. So yeah, he's a monster and he's got to chill. So he's not coming down here. PD, what up, man? What's going on? Now that the PSVR 2 is getting Phasmophobia, how long do you think before we might see it on Quest 3? Is it even possible? I mean, I don't know. It's really up to the developers, what they want to do. I'm not sure what engine. It's probably a Unity game or Unreal. And obviously, if it's either of those, it can be ported. But it seems like it took them forever to port it to the PlayStation VR 2. So they probably ran into some significant hurdles. I don't know how big their staff is. You know, obviously, they want to maintain their flat community because that's their biggest community. So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do it. It might be too hard, not worth the trouble. Trevor, I get those. Trevor. That's the New York Italian in me. Trevor. I get, like, ever since I got sick a couple years ago, now whenever I get sick, I lose my voice. It's so annoying. Does Arkham Shadow have a new game plus? You know what? I forgot to check. Someone else asked me. And I don't know if you could just go play it again on the harder level or if there's a new. I really don't remember. But I had a progression bug, so I've just been fooling around in Arkham Shadow right now. So I'll check because I know someone else asked me too. Let's see. Still playing and loving Batman VR. You should be. It's fantastic. I'm going around and like kind of jerking around in it. I'm appreciating like every little thing they did. It's really good. Yeah, Doom Slicer, dude. I figured. What do you think about gun stocks? I'm thinking about buying one. Gun stocks are not for me, man. I've had a million of them. My buddy's got mine right now. They're all basically the same, you know, relatively the same. If you play nothing but shooters, then they can be convenient. Like they can be, they can be pretty good. They can be convenient, but there's a little bit of a learning curve, and like a lot of guns, it won't line up. So where you're gripping doesn't line up, it doesn't feel right. You're gonna have to make the mind muscle connection. You know, you're gonna have to get used to the magnetic connection. It's got a little bit of a learning curve. But if you're only playing like one specific shooter, like Pavlov, it might be for you. It's not for me. Is the Midnight Walk coming to Quest 3? I don't know. I gotta look into that. Have you been able to try anything Flat the VR Studios has been working on so far? Do you think if they do well, we could eventually... Okay. Something like Halo, no. However, I know they are in discussions with some pretty big name games. Not first party top tier. First party games, unless Flat the VR starts blowing up and gets like extremely respected in the industry, they're not going to get a first party game. It's just not going to happen. Maybe like someone would work with them and they would help in the port, but they're not going to get like full access to a first party game. So that, we'll make that clear. But they are working with some bigger names, or at least they're in like deep discussion. And it really comes down to how well their first few smaller games go. So the things that are like right now, like Trombone Champ. So if that goes well and they're doing okay, then we could see a bright future for them. Let's see. What game has made you rage the most? What the hell is that name? Oh my God. Miami something. It's the top-down 2D shooter. Right? It's Miami something. Miami shooter. Let's see what comes up. No. God. Florida and guns. What do you think I got when I Google it? What? Maybe someone will know in the chat. I think it was Miami something, right? The 2D, that game used to make me rage. VR, I don't think I've really raged in a VR game too much. Honestly, I think pound for pound, Asgard's Wrath 2 is better than Batman. There, I said it. So actually, the video I have coming out tomorrow covers that topic. Covers like, it's really covering how people could say Batman, Arkham Shadow, Asgard's Wrath 2, and Half-Life Alyx are bad games. I hear that all the time. It's effing ridiculous. So, when I hear those comments, it's like, how could people say that? And I'm trying to get to a place where we understand and go beyond just people trolling. And I can understand, listen, you could like Asgard's Wrath 2. And I would say storytelling, I like Batman better. Combat, it's close. Batman's getting a little repetitive. I feel like you get a little bit more variety in Asgard's Wrath 2. But Batman's freaking awesome when it comes to combat. It's tough. It's tough for me to say. Hotline Miami. Thank you. Thank you, dude. Dude, that game used to make me rage. Oh my goodness. Do you think we'll see more games, quality games like Batman 3 on Quest? Absolutely. Yes. This is just the beginning, guys. Oh, brief pause. My automated dude up there, Streamlabs, is dropping a link. Guys, I've been very dedicated in making sure you guys have links to like all the products I use. They are, of course, affiliate links, but a lot of times I have discount codes. So I'm updating this entire spreadsheet. I keep like the newest games on it, all the newest, if you get a Quest 3 through my link, yeah, you don't get a discount, but it does come with $30 in Quest Cash or, $30 funds, whatever it is. So like any rebate I can get you guys, I'm putting on there. They are affiliate links. They help me so much. So if you're ever looking to buy something, check out one of those links. You know, I try and do the best I can for you guys. And obviously it helps me out a lot. Like Kiwi Design, who's my sponsor, that's on the screen right now. They've been my sponsor forever. They just sent me boxes with stuff. They don't tell me. They just send stuff. If I move, the next person is just going to start getting stuff. But regardless, I'll have some new stuff for theirs to show off. I've always been a big fan of Kiwi. And I always have a 5 to 10% discount code, Mateo311, on their channel. Let's see. I think it's an important thing to keep in mind that if you're not super excited about some of the first announcements, but want to see them succeed. Yeah, so that's another thing I'm going to be covering in tomorrow's video, Joe. I have seen in the comments, I hope Batman fails because it's on Quest. Shut up. We want VR to succeed. Listen, a game comes out on PlayStation VR 2. I know people give me crap. Oh, you always crap on PlayStation VR 2. No. I'm not crapping on PlayStation VR 2. I just don't see much of a future for it. Whole conversation we can get into. But I want the games to be the best. I want them to succeed. I want them to do well. I really, really am rooting for them. Every single headset. PCVR, Quest, PlayStation VR 2, you name it. I just want VR to grow so we get the better games and we enjoy better hardware and all the goodness that comes with it. So, obviously, Batman and Asgard's Wrath 2, they're funded by Meta. They're in a different league. It's going to be a while before average games like catch up to that quality. VR has to grow a lot for average games to catch up to that quality for sure. And I talk about this again in tomorrow's video. Like, the average VR game has a budget of under 15 million, which is nothing compared to the flat screen world. Nothing. Vendetta Forever is a real banger. So I am a little upset with myself. I was supposed to play it at Gamescom, but like everyone like got up late one night and my appointment for it was like, I don't know, like 8:45, like right after Gamescom opens. And just everyone in my Airbnb was just like slow. And I didn't just want to run the Gamescom alone. So like everyone woke up and they're like, yeah, I want to take a shower. I want to do this. And I'm like, well, you know, my first appointment's 8:45. My next one is 10:30. I guess I'm missing it. So I reached out to Endreams. I'm like, you got any slots for me? And they're like, no, we're booked up the whole day, man. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll play it when I get back home. And I still haven't played it yet because Batman, Metro, and everything else that's, you know, come across my board here. Do you know if Metro Awakening is going to be good on standalone, on Quest, or should I get it on PC? Okay, good question. Now, I've only played it on PlayStation VR 2 at the moment. However, what I've seen for the Quest and the footage came out and what I've seen in the past from Vertigo Games, I expect it's going to be, you know, completely adequate, just fine, just not as pretty. I think it's going to run fine. It's going to, you know, look good. Like they did a really good job with Arizona Sunshine 2, Arizona Sunshine Remake. So I think graphically it'll be good. Just, you know, it's going to be missing post-processing effects. It's going to be missing shadows, lower resolution, stuff like that, lower quality textures. But overall, I think it's going to be good. So buy it on, you know, the platform you want. Is there a game that is like Into the Radius? I've been looking for something like that, but couldn't find. There is a game on Steam, and I'll look for it right now. It's in early access. It's very similar. They actually got shut down a while ago because people were calling it the Metro of VR, and they had to like rebrand and rework their game and came back out, and it's called Convergence. But it's early access. It's a little rough right now. That's the closest thing I could think of to Into the Radius. It's got a very same vibe. Okay. Shame that your Batman Shadow VR review was so negative on the game. I appreciate your honesty. If you hated the game, Bear, what goes? I don't understand, people. I'm gonna catch up to the comments. I'm going to catch up on the comments and VR at, hey, thanks for giving me an update status on the viewers. I try not to look at it because I don't want it to get to my head. However, negative? Dude, people were like, you're a meta shill. How are you so positive about this game? They paid you to say these things. And now you're here saying it was so negative. I left a segment at the end where I talk about how I knew the game was going to launch with bugs, because when I played it 2 months ago in Seattle at Camouflage, there were significant bugs, like significant to the point that there were a lot of them, but none of them like too bad. Like none of them ruined the experience. Like I got stuck in a wall. Okay, load the last checkpoint. Someone crashed. I've never crashed. Audio cut out for a second. Like little things like this have happened. And that was 2 months ago. I said, I don't have enough time to fix all these issues. And then when the game released, I got a progression bug. I had to replay 2 hours of content. And for someone like me, that's murder. But, and then they launched the game early without those initial patches. Ouch. That happened by accident. But, I had to mention the bugs because they're there. They're there. And if you're someone who wants the best experience, just wait. Give it a few weeks. I think by Christmas, they're going to add content and everything will be patched out. That's my guesstimate. Oh, you're being sarcastic. Oh, Jesus. All right, Bear. You never know, man. You got to do /S or something. It's funny, though. I never know what to expect from people. Genotype. That's an interesting one. I had trouble getting into it. I played a very early build of it. The graphics weren't redone yet, and the voice acting wasn't redone yet, and the voice acting was kind of killer. I was also progressing so fast that the audio cues were triggering late and doubling over each other. So that's one thing that comes from play testing. You got to get a lot of QA and see how fast people move through your game. That's something that's really hard to balance, and smaller studios with only a few people, kind of never, it's very hard for them to get that right. You only really see that perfect balance in AAA. They know some people are just gonna rush ahead, and they gotta account for that so that audio triggers in the right spot. What's your hype level for the big four in order of lowest to highest? All right, let's see. I think I'm gonna put Behemoth up top. Metro. It's tough. It's tough. I think so. Rogue Incursion, I think, could be utter crap. However, if it's good, I think it could be top of the list. So I think that one could go between 1 and 4. That one could go. But when you say big four, are you talking about the ones yet to release or my overall top 4? By the way, guys, sometimes you hear clicks on my video, and that's my damn mouth noise. I don't know how to fix that. I really just restate things 50 times over sometimes when I record, just to get a little just to cancel out some of my mouth clicks. It's also, I have this mic right up my mouth. I tend to kind of mumble a little bit. So I'm working on all that, but we're out in left frickin' field here. Have you played Ryan Drift? No, I have not. Ryan, I agree with you that even with bugs, Batman is fantastic. I was trying to play a twitchy game via PCVR and Quest 3 and was really feeling the added latency. Is the latency much better with DisplayPort? Okay, so if you're using the Quest 3 with a USB-C connection, that's still going to have latency. And some people actually have a better experience with wireless. What I will say is, yes, DisplayPort connected PCVR headsets don't have any of that latency. It's as low as it can possibly be. Now, at the same point, though, I used to feel okay, streaming games was not good enough. The Quest could not handle it. The latency was always there, or I got too much artifacting. Lately, it's definitely good enough for me. If you're going to take Wi-Fi 6 and have your PC wired to the router, and you're relatively close, in the same room as your router, your experience should be good. However, there's interference. There's the quality of your hardware, because there's more overhead when you're using the Quest as a PCVR headset. So if your machine's a little sketchy or your machine's pushing a little too hard, it can impact your experience. But what I would say is try Airlink. If you have a crappy experience with Airlink, try Steam Link. Lately, I have an amazing experience with Steam Link. And then if those two aren't giving you, a satisfactory connection, try VD, not venereal disease. Try virtual desktop and tweak the settings. And go online and find a guide and try and tweak some settings. So that's how we do. Jimmy, do you believe that the PlayStation VR 2 community will diminish more as Quest dominates the market in hardware, software, and exclusives? Yes. Yeah, and I've been saying this for a year now, actually. The PlayStation, or rather Sony, did not come out hard enough. They let an entire Christmas season go by after the headset was 10 months old, where they didn't promote it, where they didn't put it on any deals, where they didn't do anything. They had an overstock of headsets that they didn't sell, so they made a PCVR adapter, which people were asking for, but they made a PCVR adapter to basically, sell off that inventory. I've spoken to developers. They say they think, Sony's really just out of the game when it comes to VR, and I tend to agree, and a lot of developers told me they didn't make any money on the PlayStation VR 2. So, not looking good, unfortunately. I thought the PlayStation VR, I was so pumped when the PlayStation VR 2 came out. I thought it was going to be this new revival of high quality PCVR style games, but we got a little bump in the beginning for a year, and that's it. Now, just a reminder, guys, if you're new here, it's your first time and you have a question for me, the chat's getting a little fast for me, so just make sure to do @Mateo311 so it catches my eye. Otherwise, I probably won't answer your question. All right, when it comes to combat, do you have a preference or pattern? Fighting versus just throwing punches, swings? So, VR ready, as I cough in your face. I actually have a strong appreciation for both. I've always been a big fan of Until You Fall, and I know people are like, that combat sucks. I loved it. I thought it was a very smart way to do combat in VR. And it was physically engaging, and I think Batman does the same. Batman also captures that rhythm of the flat screen titles amazingly well. So I think that really shines. Now, when you take it to Blade and Sorcery level, physics in VR are super cool. And having that full control and pushing people around and the harder you throw a punch, the stronger it is in game, weapons, etc., that is freaking awesome. However, that kind of cuts into the rest of the game because those physics are so demanding. And especially when you're dealing with standalone hardware and you're pushing the physics that hard, that pushes the CPU so hard, you usually have to cut corners somewhere else. So it's what do you want? What do you prefer? And for me personally, I'd rather go the Batman route because we got a great storyline, we got good graphics, we have combat that I find fun and engaging. So, but I mean, they're both really good. I see. What is that? I can't read the name. Midlife Kid. Oh wow, they all the letters all blended together. Midlife Kid. You probably had a panic attack. They feel like death. I don't know what that's in reference to. Maybe you're talking about when I wasn't feeling well. I could get back to that topic if you guys really want me to. Into the Black from the dev of Resist VR is surprisingly fun. I agree. I saw that other VR content creators covered Into the Black and loved it. I covered it briefly. I only played an hour and a half of it, but I was definitely impressed. And I'll be honest with you, I did not like Resist. But then again, I played Resist before it released and before they changed the movement, the swinging. The old control scheme I just couldn't adjust to, and I hated it, and I was like, I can't play this game. They did give a new control scheme probably a week after the game released or right around release, but I never went back to it. Let's see. Skyfall. Getting a Quest 3 next week. Can't wait. Your vids are the only thing to relax my excitement. Well, I'm glad. I hope they help you along the way so you're ready for VR, so you know you can avoid motion sickness, what games you might like, etc. Mr. D, what do I do for a living? This. I do this for a living. Yes. I've been a full-time VR content creator for 3 years now, and it's going fantastic. AAA, I'm on vacation every single day because I love my occupation. Gotta say it like that. If I used my real singing voice, I would have got a copyright strike. on this channel. I'm on vacation. All right, let's see. Hey man, question. If I got a computer, could I turn Conan Exiles into a VR game? Or is it like they have to be set up to be compatible? You can't just turn a flat game into a VR game. No. So there is something called UEVR. There's a tool that lets you tweak a bunch of Unreal Engine games and play them in VR to varying degrees of success. Some work fairly well, some don't work at all, but you can't just turn a game. Now, can you sit in VR and play on a virtual flat screen? Yes, you can. I hope I answered your question. Let's see. Who's calling the combat in until you fall bad? I see that in the comments all the time. Combat shit in that game. How do you like that game? I missed Dylan's message. What audio recording software do you use? As a video editor, I use to remove excess mouth clicks with the bandage tool. So I'm not using Adobe because I got sick of their paying for their subscription. A lot of times I will just use Audacity to drop my voice tracks and then I'll import them. I'm also using Editor a lot lately and I forget what he's using. So, but I've checked my, I don't know. I've checked like my raw audio and a lot of time it's pretty good. But yes, I know there are ways to remove my mouth clicks and I just got to look into it because I know you can actually just do a mouth click and then select that piece and say, find this in everything else and pull it out. You got to remember, and I'm old and I have a bad brain. So let's see. Do you think Meta will put Batman on Quest Plus in a few months? Maybe in a year. I think they just recently put Asgard 2 on Quest Plus, right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong there. I really miss Kevin as Batman's voice actor, but I will say that Batman Arkham Shadow's voice actor did a great job as Batman. So, Bear, that is actually the same voice actor from Arkham Origins, and I think it's Craig something. I forgot his name. He's done the voice of Batman many times before, so he's a great voice actor and probably the best option remaining. DJ Blaker, what's up? I feel like I need to say your name with like echo and reverb. DJ Blaker. Brothers. Yeah, Roger Craig Smith. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you for correcting me. You know, my brain can't remember everything. I feel like the older you get, the smaller your brain gets, but that's because it's at maximum capacity. Can you name a few of your favorite VR games? Yeah, sure can. So top of the list, we're going to go Half-Life Alyx, Asgard's Wrath 2, the original Asgard. I mean, I'm still a big fan of Until You Fall, even though it's a more casual game. The Moss series are absolutely fantastic if you're into platformers. So Moss Book 1 and Book 2, they are absolutely fantastic. Let's see, there's so many. Into the Radius is a great one, even though that's not my genre of choice. Horror survival, not my genre of choice. Absolutely fantastic game. We're going to be here a while, but I just kind of gotta, the number one battle royale is Population 1, even though a lot of people like the new Contractors. Numbers wise, Population 1 is still on top. The kids all love Gorilla Tag. It's like the most popular VR game. It's not for me. Horizon World has come a long way. Again, not my favorite social app. I actually really enjoy Rec Room, even though I haven't played it much lately. But we're going off on a tangent here. I'm just kind of giving you like the best of everything, not my personal best. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is a really solid experience. I really enjoyed the Resident Evil 4 ports. All of them are really, really good. I think that's it for now. Moving on. Oh, Demio, that's a perfect one. I only recently discovered Demio has a tilt board option. So it's pretty funny you say that because when I first played it, I tilted the board by accident when I was first doing like my first ever review. And I was like, what is going on? What happened? And I was all confused for a while. And then I like pressed everything until I realized I tilted the board. I was convinced YouTubers were overhyping Batman, but after playing around 3 hours, myself, I'm blown away. There you go, Game Junkie. See, I can't tell you how many people came to my comments just to yell at me like, you're too hyped, you're a shill, you got paid to say these things, even though the whole end segment of my video was like, don't get the game just yet. Wait a little bit. There's still a couple bugs they have to patch out, and it might damage your experience. So, yeah. Has a great yearly massive video saying his favorite VR games. Yes, I do. I make one every year where the list has got so big that now I'm just doing my top 100 favorite games. What is your favorite flat screen games other than BG3? So Space Marine was really good until it wasn't. Helldivers, well, okay, all-time favorite games. We're gonna go the original Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. And then, of course, Baldur's Gate 3. So you said not Baldur's Gate 3. So the original 1 and 2 I loved. The original Half-Life and Half-Life 2. The entire Witcher series. My favorite in the series is actually Witcher 2. Mass Effect. Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Again, Mass Effect 2 is my favorite. I guess I like the sequels. Dragon Age was really good. Dragon Age Origins. Sequel, not so much. So you see, I'm an RPG guy. I think those are amongst my favorites. Make sure to hit the like button and sub. Go for it if there's anyone new here. Oh, Christopher, I forgot to mention Lone Echo. Thank you, sir. Lone Echo is absolutely fantastic. Lone Echo 1 and 2. I know a lot of people don't like that game either. It's boring. It's slow. I will say, Ready at Dawn, guys. Even though they're not around anymore, they're gone. They have the slowest intros ever. Lone Echo 1 and 2 have the slowest first 60 minutes. It's ridiculous. I pressed the mute while I burped. I'm a pro. So it's ridiculous. However, the game is still fantastic. Let's see. I do hope Batman Arkham Shadow VR gets post-launch support and more challenge levels. So it's so funny because I don't think challenge levels were in the game at all. And 2 months ago, when I had my interview with them, when I went out to Seattle and I met Camouflage in their office, I said to them, do you have challenge levels? You know, like, because the other Batman Arkham games had challenge levels and I really enjoyed them. And they were like, no, we don't, but that's a great idea. And, you know, we'd like to include them if we have time. And then sure enough, they popped up in the game. So I guess they were able to implement them easy enough. And, you know, I heard the Arkham development was all hands on deck. Like, it's been crazy for the past couple of months. When does the next top 100 come out? It'll come out in April. That's when I do it every year. So let's see. What's a good game you could be stressed out with a friend? Like you want to like poop your pants with a friend? Like stressed out in what way? Or like you go play it with a friend when you're stressed out. Shut up, phone. Can't you see I'm streaming? So I would say if you want to be stressed with a friend, Phasmophobia, or you know, in the future, Into the Radius 2. I mean, you could play it right now on PC with a buddy. But if you are stressed and you want to like just chill, you could do Demio or I had another one in mind, but Into Black is pretty cool too. All right. RE4 on Quest is awesome. It is. Trust Mateo for reviews. He never BS's. Yeah, except when I really like a game, I can go over the top. Like I said that Asgard's Wrath 2 blew my off. So you like that pro move right there. You know, I was really blown away by that game. Stormland was good, but not top tier for me. Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2. I only played the second one. They were great games too. They didn't stack up to Baldur's Gate 3, and I had some issues with some of the mechanics, but they were also great games. I try my best to be genuine. Did you ever play Wanderer? Yes, I did. Wanderer is a little bit like I got stuck too often in that game. So it was a little frustrating for me. I'm notoriously like short on patience. And I don't know how I made it through Red Matter 2. I just think something about the game really hooked me. But yeah, Wanderer, I kept getting stuck and I was getting annoyed. Have you seen the game Irreversible on Steam? I have not. What's that about? You were let down by Stormland? I was too. Like the whole end component where it's supposed to be like co-op and the world resets and its replayability was kind of lost. Hi, chat. I saw that Arkham Age got a release date. Nice. I didn't see that. January 16th. All right, cool. Yeah, you know what? That's probably a good time for them to release. Can you buy me Bone Lab? Is that what you're trying to say? No. No. Can you no. Can I have Bone Lab? If you ask again, the banhammer's coming because you asked a lot already. Dun, 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 dun. All right, there we go. Yes, I'm gonna go to someone's stream and just say, can you buy me something? I mean, listen, I'm a very generous dude, and I drop keys in my Discord all the time, but that's just weird. Leave the man be. It's okay, dude. Walker can be 9 years old for all we know. I'm doubting he's a full-grown adult. He's probably around, if I had to guess, 12. That's my guess. Don't be on this stream if you're 12. That's inappropriate. Because I say words. See? Totally inappropriate. So, I mean, VR Ready. So that's Vertical Robot is the developers for Red Matter 2. And, I mean, they did all their ports. They got the game on PlayStation VR 2. They made it look beautiful. They patched everything. Yeah, they're probably working on something new now. And they're probably going to have to be about a year into work before they announce anything. So give it some time. PD, your Tesla is in the mail, but I actually got you a Cybertruck. So we're just going to drop it from helicopter and it's going to destroy your whole house and then explode. Oops. How do you feel about flat to VR ports? I see a big future in it, especially with flat to VR working with other titles officially. Yes, I agree with you, Jimmy. We were discussing it a little bit earlier. I do agree. I think there's some definite potential there. Just we have to see how their first releases go, and if they go well, they could have a very bright future. Did you do a video on the new Vive? Did I miss it? Yeah. Cool. PD, anytime, man. I don't mind dropping a Tesla on your house any day of the week, whenever you want. Did you play the Half-Life 2 VR port? Yes, I did, and yes, it was awesome. Can you send a link to the Discord? Yeah, I could do that. Why you do that? I gotta get one. Man, I'm tired. You're making me do a lot of work here. I gotta go to the thing and click stuff. There's usually one in the description on this video, but I think the link might be broken. So let me just get it right now. People making me work. Not a big fan of it. All right, here's a link to the Discord, guys. Flat the VR Studios for the win. Go Impact Reality. Impact Reality, yeah, I know all those guys, and I know how hard they're working. You know, like, it's one thing to be like, oh, they're my friends, I wish them the best. It's another to see them busting their ass and being like, all right, I really hope this pays off for them. Irreversible, it's like Into the Radius plus Metro on Mars. Okay, that sounds cool. Never played Bone Lab. Bone Lab is interesting. It didn't do it for me because it's not the type of game I wanted. It's very much a sandbox game, and that's not what I was looking for. Ever played Dungeon Master way back in the day? I would love to see that in VR. Dungeon Master? No, but I did play. What was the other dungeon game? Dungeon Keeper I played. And Overseer Underworld is coming out, and that's very much like it. Do I know J-Man? No, I actually don't. I haven't met J-Man, but I know most of the VR content creators. I've met most of them. Let's see. Do you have a game you like to use Roto Chair with the most? And does it need games with head movement as a setting? So let's see. I haven't like gone through the gambit to try and find like what game works the best. But it works surprisingly well, like with most games. And you don't need, head movement. All it really does, it uses the dongle to know when you turn your head, and it turns your chair in that direction, which is not always ideal for certain VR games, but in a lot of cases, it feels really cool. Like in a lot of cases. And I think in shooters, it works really well. Like I think it works surprisingly well in shooters because you could like circle strafe enemies like amazingly well. Thank you for answering my questions and always being straightforward with pros and cons. Anytime, dude. Makes you my favorite VR tuber. Glad to hear it. I'm getting tired. I don't know why. Want to see your honest opinions on the 5. Yeah, I bet other people would want to see them. There's a story. Dungeon Master must be before your time. No, I played the original Might and Magic. Let me look. Oh, you know what? Now that you say it, Dungeon Master game. Yes. Now that you say that, because once you said the other title, I started remembering. It's not. I'm in my 40s, dude. It's not before my time. I do remember it, but I was young, so I don't remember it very well. But yes, I do. Dude, I used to play ASCII games. Turn left. You type turn left. Turn left. So yeah. Yeah, I don't remember it enough though. But I do remember some of those early ass games. Do you ever hop on big screen? Yeah, I thought you were gonna ask me if I own the big screen, which just happens to be right here. I don't really use this guy. So I used to hop in big screen and I used to do some stuff with my community and just like sit and watch a movie, but I don't got time for anything lately. Have you tried Township Tale? Sure did. It's not my style of game, but I thought it was extremely impressive. Like everything they incorporated into that game is pretty amazing. Have you tried the drum game that looks like Guitar Hero? Not Drums Rock, but the other one. Not you talking Smash Drums? I'm in Drums Rock. You can actually get my logo. Smash Drums I have not tried. There's a new Square Enix game going to control like Demio. No, so the Square Enix game is like it's the same as the flat screen game. So it's a turn-based tactical RPG. You could say that's similar to Demio because Demio is a turn-based tactical game. Not a full-on RPG though. So it's different. It's gonna be different. It's more of an adventure you go on. Demio is just you jump on with a bunch of friends and kind of run the gauntlet, run the dungeon. Or you could do Demio battles where you fight each other. But that's how that one runs. This is more of an RPG. Ongoing story, increase the character stats over time, yada yada yada. I'm gonna be covering that game. Can you donate, Walker? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a donate. Other people have been donating, so there's a donate somewhere. DJ Blaker, 48 but 20 at heart. Like you, Mateo. Big kids at heart. I'm a big kid at heart for sure, but I'm starting to feel my age. I'm just busy and it adds up, and I also love to work out and I'm also trying to just, get skinnier lately, and the lack of calories sucks. And yeah. Will the new Roto VR chair work only with their racing wheel? As a disabled VR player, I am excited for it, but that's the one caveat. So I can't really answer these questions. I know they have like a pedal and steering wheel and stuff in the works. If you're playing PCVR, I mean, I don't know. I can't really answer that. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. Walker, don't waste your money, man. Don't ask your mom. Just chill, man. Just chill and enjoy the stream. Would you like a tilt forward and backwards added to the Roto chair? I don't know how they'd pull that off. I mean, obviously that could be pretty cool. I think, if they had, she said no, sorry. No. Tell your mom that you shouldn't be donating to me. And I'm glad she said no. Let's see. I wish they had the bumper on the Roto chair was stronger. Like, I wish it kicked. So I had a Your VR and that had a bumper in it, but it was like a kicker, not like a bumper or a rumbler. It like kicked. And I wish we had something like that. But thank you, Mr. D. You just keep being you, and remember, guys, I appreciate the donations. Thank you. Have you played Butcher Bay? If so, does Shadow remind you of it? I have not played Butcher Bay. I'm not familiar with that at all. Let's see. Thanks. Just didn't know if they gave you a heads up. PCVR Quest 3 is my main choice and heavily thinking about the Roto chair for Christmas for myself. So the one thing about hardware like this, I'm always very... I'm alive. Hold on one sec. I'm alive. I hit the freaking curse thing by accident there. Coughed up a little phlegm there. I told you, getting over this cold has just been a little annoying. But I'm alive. Hi, I'm not dead. I'm very reluctant to, tell people to buy certain hardware, even if I enjoy it, because that might not be your experience. It's $800. It might be really hard or nearly impossible to return for you. So, like, I'm always reluctant to recommend hardware, especially like from, smaller companies like this. It's the first Chronicles of Riddick game. I mean, I played a Chronicles of Riddick game forever ago, but I don't know. Let's see. Play the new remake of Arizona Sunshine, and it's awesome. It is awesome. I played it with my buddy Steve Knows. We had a lot of fun. He was touching my sausage. I'm all for that. Went really good. It is really cool that they made Batman Arkham Shadow come with the Quest 3. I knew that months ago, and I've been sitting on that information for so long. I was like, oh my God, I really want to share that, but I'm not allowed to. I would have been killed if I shared that. I wish they could bring Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 and Killing Floor to the Quest. Yes, I agree. All those would be great. So maybe I did play that Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay. I mean, I definitely played a Riddick game. It was a first-person game a billion years ago. You have one of those fancy AI gimbal webcams. It's so funny. Everything you guys mentioned today, I just have like on my desk. It's not super fancy, but yes, I do have one. Bing. And a gimbal. And then bing. Yeah. So I mean, I bought one when I went to the Quest 3 early access event in New York City. So I bought one so I could just pop my phone in, and I just use my cell phone because I have a Galaxy S24. So the camera on this thing is pretty badass. It's good enough for me. Any reason why Batman dropped a day early? Yeah, you want to know why? Someone was like, oops. I was in their Discord when it happened, and oh my God, it was like, holy shit, We're all going to die. This is the end of the world. It accidentally leaked. Oh my God, what do we do? I think, they've been all hands on deck. And they still are all hands on deck, and they pushed the patch recently. And I think somewhere in the process of getting the patch ready, they accidentally released the game. I think that's what happened. I can't say for sure. But yeah. Do you know if Batman will get Haptic split? So, generally, the first party games, they don't care. Because Haptics is a third party product, and this is a first party game. And the first party games, usually just don't pay attention to that stuff. So, unlikely. I don't think it'll happen. Let's see. If they're experiencing so many types of VR games, what would the next big thing you want? What would wow you? Yeah, Asgard's Wrath and Batman have been the latest. I don't know, man. I really don't know. That's a really hard question to ask. Something that does something different. I think the combat in Batman is different enough, and an amazing emulation of flat games that it was enough to wow me. Let's see. Cough drops for my dude. Thank you, VR Ready. Yeah, I know. I stopped drinking this tea because I was getting too sweaty. But but thank you for the donation, dude. I really appreciate it. Turned up my AC. Let's see. I never played the original release of Triangle Strategy. Neither did I. Looking forward to the VR port. I will be covering it. Ever play Ogre Battle 64? No, I did not. Best Quest 3 standalone horror game. Saints and The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. Into the Radius. Those are probably the two best that I can think of. Has any found the potential Vertigo Games Easter egg for their next game in Arizona Sunshine remake yet? I have not seen it. No. I was in bed, missed the drop. Yeah, PD, I felt bad. The second it happened, I was like, oh, I feel so bad for the UK people. They're going to wake up pissed. I was in the shower when it happened, and I literally just wrapped a towel around me and ran out. I was like, post video. So I saw the trending voice of people using HDMI to Quest feature playing their PS Vita. I think about buying a PS. I don't know, man. I don't get it. You're going to go out and buy a capture card because you need one. And then you're going to buy an HDMI cord. And then you probably need another adapter with the Vita because it doesn't have HDMI out. Maybe it does. Maybe you already have one. Whatever the case may be. So you're $100 in adapters. Well, maybe you got them super cheap. $50 in to play older games on a virtual screen. I don't know. If it's for you, sure. Okay. Do you think there will be the Ed haptics to the Quest 4 headset? No, I don't think so. So I know Meta is kind of watching Pico with their full body tracking, and they don't believe in full body tracking because they don't want to add anything else that makes it harder to get into game. Convenience is what makes the Quest so significant. So they're watching Pico, and if there's a high demand for the body trackers, they'll consider them. But I think if anything, the added feature would be eye tracking. That's, I don't know. That's also where the rumor mill is. Do you have any news on Thrill of the Fight 2? I have no idea how they're going to make multiplayer work. Seems like an impossible task. I don't have any news, but I should in the future. I don't have anything immediately. So something new you should try. Stickway is Richie's plank on a Segway. They reached out to me and they were like, hey, do you want to cover Stickway? And I was like, it's not for me, man. It's not for me. I mean, I really should. I'm branching out. VR has made me branch out a lot more. But sometimes I'm just like, nah, I can't. Yeah, you're wondering why the video released at such an odd time. Yeah, things went absolutely crazy that day. It was nuts. What AAA games for next few months? Okay. What AAA games for next few months and the potential to beat Batman VR and visuals? Well, a lot of the games we're releasing also have PlayStation VR and PCVR releases. So it won't be very hard for them to beat Batman's visuals. Like Behemoth, Metro, and Alien Rogue Incursion and Wanderer are going to be better looking games on those platforms. Now, when it comes to On Quest, that they may or may not be better. There's also a very specific style to Batman. Batman's dark, gritty. So like you look at it, and even though that game does have really good Quest graphics, they don't pop. If that means anything to you. I didn't notice you were the first to drop the Batman video after it was released early. So I was luckily ready. Yeah. Because we were originally, I think, allowed to post the video at like 9 a.m. And that's when I'm like, I just took my kids to school. I'm heading to the gym or something like that. So I had it scheduled. So I had everything ready. I was ahead of time for once. I had everything scheduled. And then I was in the shower when things went to hell. And I just jumped out of the shower and hit publish, basically. I still haven't found a single person who agrees with me that the Quest version of RE4 is better. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Eye tracking is way more appealing than full body tracking. Yes, it is, because you don't have to do anything. If you tell people every time you want to play, you got to put on wrist straps and ankle straps and a belt, they'll be like, nah. I've had many fun nights hanging out in big screen. Big screen is really fun. It really is, like, you to chill in. One time though, it was really annoying. So they have free movies, and I got in with a bunch of people, and there was a Keanu Reeves martial arts movie where I think he's the bad guy. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Let's watch this. And we put it on, and we're all enjoying it, but we were all slightly off timing. And it was just like, we'd make comments and people would be like, huh? And then 3 seconds later, they'd see what happened. And that was a little rough. But this was a long time ago, and they've improved their servers since then. Okay. Let's see. Sorry I'm late. It's okay, Black. It's all good, man. Just thanks for showing up. I always appreciate it. Forever's here. I'm sorry, I'm a little low energy today. I'm starting to crash a little bit. I've been a little low energy all week. Like I said, I was fighting a cold last week, and things have just been really busy around the house, and I've been playing so much Batman, trying to cut a little bit, so trying to cut down in weight because I'm a fat boy. So yeah, I'm a little low energy, so I apologize for that, guys. I believe eye tracking is the future for mobile and PCVR to squeeze extra power with eye tracked foveated rendering. Yeah, so for a long time, eye tracked foveated rendering was not the saving grace that a lot of people thought it would be. So the studies say that at like the Quest 3S resolution and the Quest 2 resolution, you're really not getting a big bump for what eye track, you're not getting a big bump for foveated rendering over just traditional static foveated rendering. So you're not getting a big bump, and it's harder to implement, and comes with other, like it's gonna hit the battery a little bit more, whatever, stuff like that. So it comes with other caveats. So they're like, it's not worth it. Plus, you're adding price to the headset, so it really wasn't worth it. But now, like, it looks like they are like finding ways to implement it much cheaper, and the resolution on the headsets keeps getting higher. So it looks like it's becoming worth it. Someone commented on my teeth. I think I said, bro, why are your teeth so white? I'm jealous. It's because I'm American and I'm not British. That's all. Shots fired. America. Eagle goes by. I do use hydrogen peroxide. So I use hydrogen peroxide in a tray at night because I had Invisalign like 2 years ago. So when you have Invisalign, you still need to wear your trays every once in a while. Like you should wear them every night. And I just put a little like a hydrogen peroxide lotion in there. And it's made my teeth whiter for sure. Not like night and day. Like I wanted like veneer white. And I go to the dentist and I'm like, my teeth aren't white enough. And they're like, hey, teeth look great. And I'm like, shut up. I want whiter teeth. I want like model, actor, crazy smile that I blind you. And they're like, whatever. But I mean, I also like, I drink mostly water. I don't drink any soda. I don't drink coffee. So that also helps. I bet they would glow under UV light. Oh. So the Quest 3 with the optimizer. Everyone's always going optimizer. I don't know. The experience is too hit or miss for me. And I'm at the point where, hey, VR dentist game. Genghis, what's up, girl? Yes, we're playing a VR dentist game right now. Everyone's critiquing my teeth. Guys, I'm sure you know Genghis. She's the best. Thank you for popping in, lady. Thank you for popping in. Ever since Florida, you live rent-free in a special fucked up place in my brain. It's like a little dark corner. You chill out there sometimes. Nah, Genghis is great. We had a lot of fun in Florida. If you guys don't know, a bunch of us content creators went out to Florida for a weekend. We did things like spatial ops. We went to oh my god, I'm forgetting the name of it right now. Zero Latency. So we played all the in their arcade, and we played their new Space Marine game. We had a good time. She just ooh-wooed. Ooh-woo. Yeah, we did some Space Marine Brothers. That went pretty good. But how's it going, Genghis? What's up, my dear? How's everything going? I have been doing a little bit of Throne and Liberty. So Genghis is just like trying to get me addicted to Throne and Liberty. Luckily, Batman stopped me from playing it. But I've been playing. Know what I do? I jump in for like 10 minutes every day and fish now. And I'm just going max level fishing, girl. I turned it into a fishing simulator. It's great. Genghis is probably gone already. You can't lock that girl down. She's nuts. My teeth look Throne and Liberty. So my teeth are straight and look good, but there's nowhere near as white as yours. I don't know, man. I think I'm too tough on myself. I think they're just okay. They're fine. I don't know. They just dropped trailers for horse racing. Damn, Rockstar Games, we needed you. What am I missing here? What am I missing? I don't know, man. So you guys aren't that rowdy today. You guys is calm crowd today. You guys just chilling. But I'm glad you guys just hanging out with me. It's always fun. These streams are always fun. I enjoy just like this is my way to kind of connect with you guys. Doesn't happen super often because I'm always doing like my one-sided opinions to piss people off. I don't do it on purpose. First time on your stream. What's up, Kenneth? Thanks for hopping in. So yeah, if you have any questions, you just at Mateo301. Sometimes the chat gets too fast for me, so I can't keep up with it. Right now, the chat is just chilling. It's just, it's pretty calm here. So I'll probably answer your question anyway, but when it speeds up, just make sure to hit the @ Otherwise, I probably won't see it. Chill work from home vibes. You know what? Working from home, I worked, before I was doing VR full time, I worked from home for like 3 years, and I get so much more done. Some people say, you don't? It's great. Where's the Dragon Age VR game with co-op? Yes, VR ready. Yeah, I will murder for that game. I will murder for that. Trevor, you're at work with me too? Yeah, we're all working together. The Flip is on sale for $3. I haven't tried the Flip. Is it good? I mean, if you're recommending it. They just dropped a horse racing simulator on the Meta App Store. We need a GTA. Now I'm following. Maybe GTA is, gone. GTA is just, we're not going to see GTA. It's in limbo right now. It may return eventually, but it's in limbo right now. Now, horse racing simulator, though, we all need to ride some horses. I mean, come on, man. Forget Batman. Get that game right now. Everyone, go get, what's the name of the game? Horse Racing Simulator 2.0. Get it. The flip. Oh, the flip. I remember the flip. The flip was terrible. The flip was bad. No wonder why it's $3. I remember the flip. The flip was a 4-person co-op zombie shooter that they were saying is, oh, it's like Left 4 Dead. It was bleh. It was like thank you, Kenneth. I really appreciate the donations. This is a good channel to get your content for finding what to play, finding how to avoid motion sickness, learning about VR. So you're in the right place, and I'm glad to have you here, and thank you for your donation. But let's see. The flip reminded me of a like community made asset for I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on this game right now. Help me. Help fix my brain, everybody. Why is my brain broken? Seriously. I've said this. I got it finally, but I've said the name 1,000 times in the last 7 years. Rec Room. It looked like community made content for Rec Room. The flip. That's what it looked like. And Rec Room's better. What did your father do for a living? My father used to be a math teacher. And then he went into sales because he didn't make enough money as a teacher. He used to work as a math teacher. He worked up to pre-calculus in high school. And then in the summer, he used to teach prisoners math for extra money. And it still wasn't enough. So he changed careers. Yep, that's what my dad did. But he is passed. With the good reception of Arkham VR, do you think we will see a sequel? That's a tough one. I mean, because, all right, there's so many players involved. You have Warner Brothers, DC, Meta, and who did the original Arkham games? Not Rocksteady. I think they did Origins. Regardless, you have so many players involved that, like, the stars had to align for this one. So it's possible, but there's always, the chance it can break down. Do you ever show people VR and they don't get that excited about it? I swear it's impossible to get my friends into it no matter what experience and game I introduce them with. Honestly, I'd say just about everyone I showed VR is kind of like pooped their pants. I met a random guy in the gym, and I've told this story before, and we're talking, and and it comes up like, what do you do for a living? And I tell the ridiculous story that I'm a content creator, and he's like, yeah, what? Oh, VR, I'm interested, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, I'm like, come over, and I'm just showing the guy like everything I have. And now he went out, he bought a Quest. He's asking me about PCVR. I gave him one of my Quests. You see, there's a couple in the background. So I gave him a spare, and I'm like, yeah, just hold on to it for, until you make a decision. And like, I'm always saying, oh yeah, try out my Haptic patch. Try out this, I'm a good friend to have. But no, most people have been like, this is freaking awesome. I've had some people be like, oh, it's overwhelming, I can't handle this. But most people have really been impressed. Off topic, what's the oldest Saturday morning cartoon? Okay. Inspector Gadget and Asher. This is such a random question. Let's dive deep into, I remember watching Ninja Turtles as a kid. But let's dive deep. I mean, I watched the X-Men in the 90s, but I was already pretty old then. What did I watch? Oh, He-Man. I'd say He-Man is about as far back as I can remember. G.I. Joe, He-Man. It's about as far back as I remember. Knowing is half the battle. Let's see. I almost read the Streamlabs comment. Want to support the stream? Here are all my links. Give me money. Since Asgard Wrath 2 added enhanced rendering or more frames per second as an option, do you believe it will become more common in the future? Yes. So even Batman has the option for dynamic resolution, which is pretty much how they handle that in most cases. Dynamic resolution. So dynamic resolution, yes and no. So it's not really the case, but it's part of the case. So dynamic resolution will allow you to keep a more steady frame rate at the expense of sometimes your game looking uglier. And I personally, like back in the day on PCVR forever ago, even with a super high-end machine, I had to turn off dynamic resolution because I found it to be too aggressive. Like when it turned on, I was like, oh my God, my game looks like pixelated nonsense. And then when it goes back off, you're like, ah, thank you. So like sometimes people find it too intrusive. So I mean, I guess I would love to see the option. It's just, you got to understand, VR development is still really, really small. And the extra work, time, and effort to implement something like that is just not always worth it. It's not in the cards. You don't have the time or money for it. Gummy bears. Oh, I remember the Care Bears too. Care Bears there. Stop it. Stop it. Genghis VR recommended the flip. No, she didn't. Stop it. Get her back here. Genghis, get your googly eyes back here. I remember Smurfs, man. Yeah, He-Man, Smurfs. Snorks were great too. I remember Fraggle Rock. Remember Fraggle Rock? Down in Fraggle Rock. All right. The Saturday morning 3D cartoon reboot needs to come back with VR. One of my favorite Saturday morning cartoons that I watched when I was older. I think I watched this in my 20s with my now wife. I used to love Justice League Unlimited. I used to wake up Saturday morning and be like, it's Justice League time. And we eat cereal and watch Justice League. I do remember the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon also, which just had a weird vibe to it. What app do you use to stream from PC to show on YouTube? I mean, you can watch YouTube right in, you're talking about PC. So if you're going to stream from PC, I'm going to be using virtual desktop. Have you tried out the new Cyberpunk VR mod? Not the new one, no. When did it drop? Steel Ninja, what's up? What's going on? Hey, right back. Chance of playing Robin co-op in Batman VR. No, see, like the problem with something like that is games need to be designed from the ground up to include co-op. Like to hamstring co-op into that game, it just seems nearly impossible. Look what happened when they tried to turn the Arkham series into a co-op game. We got Suicide Squad. No, thank you. Captain N, the Nintendo cartoon. I vaguely remember it, but I can't confirm I've watched the full episode. That Fraggle Rock song though. Yep. It's in my head for life. Na. Know what song is also in my head? There's a couple that are funny. Camp Anawana, we hold you in our hearts. So that was Nickelodeon show. And that actually had the kid that had a small part in Terminator 2 was in that movie. I understand what you mean, as optimization is always priority one for VR to keep a smooth experience and lower chances of VR sickness from stutter and frame drops. Yeah. Actually, we got Gotham Knights before Suicide Squad. But did Gotham Knights truly have co-op? Like, I remember, did it? That's Arkham Knight, right? Oh, Gotham Knights. I remember Gotham Knights. That was pretty shitty too. Yeah. I played Gotham Knights, and I don't think, I don't even think I played any co-op in the game. It had co-op. I played Gotham Knights, and it was, they just, like, it's crap compared to the other games, man. First off, you lost, like, the main character, the coolest character, so you lose Batman. And then it takes 4 characters to kind of fill in the place of Batman. Not to say, like, Robin. Okay, Robin's cool, and Batgirl, and it's cool to play other people. But none of them felt unique. The combat kind of sucked. Oh, went to crap, man. When do you think social app like Big Screen comes to PlayStation VR 2? Never. I played with my friend on Xbox. Yeah, I never played it in co-op. No, I didn't. Gotham Knights was... I don't even think I finished that game. Like, I probably put a bunch of hours into it and made it pretty far, and I was just like, it didn't feel rewarding the way Batman felt rewarding. the city, the open city that we had in Arkham Knight, just you didn't have that same feel. It wasn't as populated. It didn't look as good. I don't know what goes on with modern game development. Like, they're spending so much time, effort, and money finding ways to implement DLC and finding ways to like have loot mechanics so that you spend more money, that the game suffers. I mean, that was Suicide Squad and Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, right? That's what it was. That was that game in a nutshell. Look at me. I'm in a nutshell. This is me in a nutshell. Something wrong with me. Tarkov VR mod release. That sounds pretty badass. That's pretty crazy. Thriller Fight 2, I promise, will be the most rage quit game in VR. I can't wait. Multiplayer online boxing. It looks pretty good. I mean, I think I'm in touch with them, and I'm planning to do some content, as soon as possible. What's the best place to watch 3D movies on Quest 3? I don't watch 3D movies. I know Big Screen has 3D movies. I know there's some apps you could download that'll play 3D movies, but it's not my forte. I just got a 4080 Super so that I can so that you need to buy Tarkov. Okay, so may try that. Need to buy Tarkov. I read that like really, really slow. Is that thumbnail AI or is it maybe Behemoth VR? I have a thumbnail guy, and when I'm doing a live stream, he's like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "Dealer's choice, man. Put something cool in the background. Put something cool and intriguing in the background." The live stream thumbnail doesn't really matter, so I'm just like, put Mateo's OnlyFans in the background, my OnlyFans site in the background. Do that, whatever it takes, man. Do you think? I'm sorry, I keep clicking this chair. Like I'm just like twitchy. Do you think other big companies will put their store app on Quest like Xbox did with Game Pass? That's a good question. Maybe. I mean, Steam Link, is there too, and Steam Link does let you play flat screen games now. But again, you need a PC, so it's not the same. It's not like actual streaming. Maybe. I don't know. If they see a value in it, that's what it really comes down to. But I can't really say what other people are thinking. It's more so Microsoft and Meta are playing nice together right now. Like, they're looking to the future. Meta is like, well, how can we do something so that we win and you win? And I think they're doing really good there. Like, Game Pass is a excellent option. So people who only have a Quest and want to play Xbox games can now. So that's really cool. And Microsoft wins there because you get a subscription, and it's an Android app, so it really costs them nothing. So that makes sense there. But anybody else, I don't really know. Onikaze, what's up, man? Sneaking in before bed. Have a good night. Where are you that you're sneaking in before bed? Freaking Australia? Where the heck are you, dude? Even if you're in the UK, it's only like 8:30. Go to bed early? I won't go to bed. Electric or throw away razors? What's with these questions, dude? I will trim with an electric razor, and I will shave with a Gillette, whatever. Gillette Mach 37 plus blah blah blah. $3 million for a cartridge. Nonsense. But I'll use it till they're dull. Nintendo now rumored to be bring out a VR headset to work with the Switch 2. Okay, cool. Oh, where did I really screw that up? That says end. Oh my god, man. Onikaze, I'm gonna get some glasses. Apologize, dude. Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't think you were. Oh my god. Well, you know what? I'm going to bed. That was a Freudian slip. I said what I wanted, not what I saw. Okay? That's what happened, dude. But yes, this is the end of the stream, my friends. I usually go for 90 minutes every time, and as you could say, I'm not, just bubbling with energy today. I'm going to start making dinner for my kids It's only 3:30 here. However, I'm cooking steak tonight, and I'm going to sous vide it. So I'm going to get the sous vide going, get the steaks ready, drop them in, and then they'll sous vide for like 2 hours. And then when I get my kids, I'll just sear them up when we're ready to eat, and they will be freaking delicious. So that's what I'm doing. And not much more going on. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm not taking any more questions. I'm done. I'm tired, man. And that's going to be it, guys. But thank you to everyone who donated today. I really appreciate it. I do this for a living. Again, I do this stream once a week, guys. So if you have any other questions, just jump on. I'll be here next Thursday. I'll answer your questions. I'm very open about everything I can answer. So when you guys ask about games, a lot of times I have information I can't share, but I do my best to keep you guys informed. And I'm always updating that link, guys. That link that's been auto dropping in the chat here that I'm looking for. Yeah, here it is, guys. I will just drop this one more time. I'm always dropping this link for you guys because this is like every freaking VR accessory that I recommend. I think that link broke. I broke the link. The link is broken. Let me actually get the link because I am a spaz. So yeah, that's pretty much everything in VR related games and tech and whatever the case may be. That is every single thing. That is every single thing with every single type of discount that I can find for you guys. Obviously, most are affiliate links. Helps put food on the table for my kids, pay for those steaks. But thank you guys. Hey, Streamlabs just dropped it for me again. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. It's been a lot of fun, and I will see you guys next week. And there's a cool video dropping tomorrow. So come back tomorrow. Really cool video. I promise. It's a fun one. It's a fun one. I'm sure some people will get pissed off when they're fun. All right. Bye, guys.